Cosman's here and Eric's here with his fancy green name and his yellow star. Whoop whoop. But neither one of you want to be here with the thumb. Do it. Or whatever. I don't care. I really don't. Oh, what's going on? There's a couple other people here too that just haven't said anything yet. But YouTube doesn't know. So it often lies to me. Steve's here. It's probably because I'm on time. Everybody's like, I'm going to show up at 5:47 because that's when he usually does. Or maybe they all have their notification bells clicked, and so they just got the notification, and now they're gonna show up. Oh, who knows? Doesn't matter. We do the show for whoever comes, and then whoever doesn't get to see it. Nah, it wasn't good. Oh, Gretchen's here with her fancy green name and her yellow star. Whoop whoop, boop, boop, boo. Gonna make some supper. Gonna hang out with my friends and see how things go. I feel like I need to deal with this again. This underneath scruff stuff is starting to flare out a little bit, and the mustache section is getting a little bit again. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, how's everybody's week? I saw you on Tuesday, so it hasn't been that long since we hung out. Made a thing on Tuesday. What did we make? Maple thing. Not making things tonight. Rough day at work. Just like go some more. Kind of a day. You make it through. Made maple and didn't even ruin it. I know, right? Yay! Turned into a thing. Functioning thing. I don't even... Where did I put it? Oh, it's over there. What is happening? Should we start supper? Let's just start supper. I'm pretty hungry. Let's get the bacon rocking. We're going to make pasta tonight. Well, I'm not making pasta. Like, that would be a show for sure if I made pasta. I bought pasta to go into me. We're going to prepare some pasta. Some bacon with a cheesy cream sauce situation. Get you guys a little more stable, maybe. Are any of us really stable? No. No, none of us really are, I don't think. The good stuff bacon. The Mitchell's thick cut heritage bacon. For our pasta tonight. I don't know, half a dozen, however many that is, slices of bacon. Oh, we're doing tortellini. Tortellini, like 4 cheese tortellini and cream sauce. Cheesy cream sauce with bacon. Tonight. So that'll be good. cheesy cream sauce, bacon topped tortellini dinner. That's what's on the menu. And I've got a couple of options for the Mike's never had this food before tonight. Went and got a couple of chocolate options. Up in the cupboard. Not all gonna fit on one layer. That's okay. Doing it in bits instead of full strips because I just have to chop it up later anyway to go on top of my pasta, so we might as well make it bite-sized before we even cook it. There we go. Get them all in there. Nice thick cut pan of bacon. We'll hit it just for funsies with some garlic. Garlicize my bacon. Let that go for a bit. Rough week. I have too many jobs. Hey, well, I mean, too many sounds like too many. You should quit one. Whichever one sucks the most. You just be like, no. Just ate. Do I want get hung lousy? I just ate, so I won't get hunglessy, like jealousy, except hungry. That was okay. It's okay. It would have been better if you did not do, but so. But I mean, compared to some of your sentences, that one was okay. Waldrop's here. We're watching Mike harden his arteries. It's the Mike hardens his arteries show. And it's only like 5 strips of bacon. Okay. And then we're going to hit a bunch of cheese, which is obviously good for your arteries. And then some pasta, which we all know is good for your arteries. And that pasta is filled with more cheese. So it's just healthy upon healthy upon healthy. And then I'm going to use probably like, I don't know, a half a cup of whipping cream, which, as we know, is good for you. Maybe some more cheese after that. And then for dessert, we'll have a nice healthy chocolate bar. And some Mexican, oh, I want one. I got the Mexican Coke. The Mexican Coke was back in stock. This recipe needs some cholesterol extract. And you can extract it straight from my veins after this dinner. Heard you're getting snow next week. Well, we did get one snow this winter so far. And it lasted about a day. And then melted off. Would not surprise me if we still had time for a dump of snow. Tommy Keel. What up, my friend? Someday Mike will use his free healthcare to prove he is to killing himself with his duet. Oh, it was close to a sentence that someday Mike will use his free healthcare to prove he isn't killing himself with his diet. Probably. My sister in Colorado said they are in need of snow. I am concerned for the entire province of British Columbia that we are going to burn this summer. We did not get enough snow, enough rain, enough precipitation over the winter, and fire season is going to be a bastardo this year. I have a very strong feeling that fire season this year is going to be record breaking. Which is great when half the province starts on fire over the course of a few months. Yeah, we're gonna burn this year pretty good. If unless something drastically changes in the next month in terms of wetness. Just got a lot of rain last night. We need it. We need moisture. It was not as rainy as most winters are, and it didn't get snow even at high altitudes, and like the snowpack is probably dangerously low. Salmon returns are probably going to hurt. It's just not been a good year for the winter that needs to happen for the summer to not be really bad. Penel's here. Cut my thumb cleaning a knife for my Dawn. So I'm short an important finger for typing. He'd help us all. You tell your Don to clean his own knives. Just got back from my local volunteer fire department barbecue fundraiser. Some great pulled pork sammies. Hey, all right. They might be coming up this way. I don't know. They're probably not. But we're probably going to need to ship in some firefighters this summer. We are going to burn. I'm visiting her in July. Hope to God her house is still there, as they are always on fire nearby. Who's her? Son, Don, he would approve of the typo. Okay, but you'd probably capitalize it at least. You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding and asked, reference. I get that reference. Sister's house is almost always on fire. That's pretty awesome. Is she the Texas? Is she the one that's in Texas? Where's she at? Baxies, Gossman. I see Baxies. We have a great bunch of volunteers. They are dedicated, very dedicated to helping the community. Anybody that volunteers for something for not money is dedicated to whatever that cause is. And firefighters especially, we need those people. In Boulder, Colorado, they get some fires. Yep. Pinnell had a fire by his house. Was it last year or the year before? Pinnell, that you had a, like you could almost see it kind of fire. Is there a Harley dealer on Vancouver Island? Yes, there is. There's a big Harley dealer in Langford. I volunteer at work, but it's for money. I volunteer at work also. I'd like do things that I'm not actually getting paid for while I'm getting paid for the things that I'm doing. Yeah. Mikey B. "2023, there was a Halifax fire." Oh, that was more than last year or the year before then, wasn't it? I was on the department for 10 years, 30 years ago. So 40 years ago to 30 years ago? Did you leave 30 years ago or did you leave 20 years ago? It doesn't matter. Good work. I was in the Navy. Never again volunteer yourself. Well, once you've done your volunteer work, like, you're excused, I think. I volunteer at home. I also, like, I can't stop joining nonprofit boards of directors and stuff, which is all volunteer. Currently serving as president of the Business Improvement Area Society of the area that's just down over there that the Crow's Nest is in. Before that, I was on the board of the Campbell River Arts Council, and before that, I was on the board of the such and such, and yeah. 86 to 96. You're old. I'm just kidding. No, not really. I was a fireman from 83 to 85. An EMT paramedic. Yeah, before he started getting all of his parts replaced and they didn't want him anymore. And now we're all bored. I basically volunteered to do this show too. But volunteering to do this show keeps me from having to go to therapy. So certified first responder for a couple of places I've worked. Sweet. My son, tried to get me, take on the veggie gardening seedlings. And I had to tell him the 4 jobs I already have are too many. He rage cleaned out 1 of 3 freezers. I refused a 4th. You have 3 freezers. Bring Patreon QR codes next time you go to a volunteer board meeting. I just put this up in front of me while I'm running the meeting. If you guys want to go ahead and scan that. And we are not a sustainable replacement for professional help. I didn't say anything about sustainable. Just say this show does serve that purpose in some ways. Makes me feel like I have value. And that everybody needs to feel like they have value. I taught first aid to Boy Scouts. Not a guy. Got a 2.5-inch thorn in my left calf and held the flashlight and talked the senior scout through removing it from my calf. Oh, good work. Okay, so today, everybody, I'm going to stick this in my leg. It's probably not how that went. You guys aren't just a Band-Aid, okay? You guys are a Veritas Band-Aid. Flip, you. Okay, that's getting there. Bacon is getting there. I turned the water on for my pastas. Do you have a little dongle thing? Well, you know that. No. Your square payment at markets, Bluetooth or USB, whatever. I do, but they stopped servicing them or whatever. They don't actually work anymore. Now they just, if you have a phone, it just is your auto tappy tap. So your phone does the tappy tap now. Barbecue Square this week just tapped iPhone to iPhone and it took the money. Yep. We were at Big Bend National Park and hit a thorn bush at night. He used my knife and needle nose to remove it, then clean patched it. Get a merit badge. Yay! Big Bend National Park. That is a way better national park than Little Bend National Park. I assume. Little Bend National Park is less touristy, though. Gretchen's been to Big Bend, apparently. I got hoot owls talking to each other in my front yard. Hey, cool. Big Bend is a trim level on a Bronco, as you do. It's even more betterer than No Bend National Park. Well, the advantage of No Bend National Park is that it's quicker to get through. Like if you're just on your way past, it's a shorter distance from one side to the other. So, I mean, it depends what you're after. The thing that I didn't like about No Bend Park was I was at the restaurant and I ordered tacos and they were shaped completely wrong. They're the weirdest taco ever. Because they're not allowed to serve anything with bends. It was more like a quesadilla, really. You Canadians should let us appreciate our few great parts in Texas. I'm gonna let you appreciate anything you like. I'm not unappreciating. I'm not telling you not to appreciate your parks. Go appreciate your parks. Appreciate all over them. Appreciate all over them. Yeah. Go in there and just appreciate all over them. What are you cooking, Mike? I'm cooking right now. I'm just cooking the bacon that's going to go on the top of my pasta that I'm going to boil and make a sauce for. I'm making tortellini cheesy cream sauce with bacon. That's what I'm cooking. Favorite part of the Rio Grande River was in New Mexico's north of Santa Fe. New Mexico was in New Mexico's what? North of Santa Fe. Excellent unpolluted trout. You gotta love the unpolluted trout. Wifey carries a slimline with her everywhere. The fancy green one with the purple? That's a good pen. That was a good. You got the two best pens on the website. That Coca-Cola with the sapwood in it, that is beauty. Okay, just about there with bacon. Just about there with the bacon, and then we'll go over and we'll take the bacon out, we'll make a creamy sauce, make the pasta, mix everything all together. Like, do you eat baked potatoes? I love a good baked potato. I don't bake potatoes as often as I would like to bake a potato, but I do like a baked potato. If a baked potato is a side dish option when I'm ordering something at like a steakhouse, if they have like a baked potato as a side option, I will frequently choose that. But then they better bring me a whole whack of sour cream and some little bacon crumbles and maybe some cheddar cheese shreds. Oh, Michelle, you're only a half an hour late. That's not as bad as sometimes. Best part is hubby baits the line, I catch the fish, then he cleans. So you're just like, you get to do the fun part, and that's it. And then there's dinner. Like, that's pretty cool. And then he gets a Rick Jim out of the deal. I mean, hey. Your bacon was making me want a baked potato. Yeah, absolutely. Baked, crumbled bacon bits, and not the crappy like fake. bacon bits, I mean, those are okay too. Don't get me wrong, it's not like I have anything against those, but like real bacon on a baked potato. And like maybe more sour cream than you should have put. There's a new food trailer in my area everyone's raving about. It's called Based on it. Oh, I almost read that. I was like, it's called Based on Baked Potatoes? I think that's a pretty cool name for a food truck. The Potato Plug. I like that. Baked potato truck. I would go there. Bacon bits are a crime against nature. I understand the sentiment, but I don't necessarily agree because when I was growing up, that was what a bacon bit was. And you were lucky if you got the dehydrated, like basically like salt crystals that were brown. Wife's going somewhere. There's just like hard chunks of like fake. They're fine. They're bacon flavored chunks of hard. I would never, if that was the option, it would be going on the baked potato. Like if they didn't have like actual bacon bits and they had those instead, it would be going on. Like don't. And honestly, like sometimes it does make me a little nostalgic when I have those because I'm like, this is my childhood kind of a thing. There we go. These are pretty good. Maybe just another minute on a couple of these guys. Get a little more render on a few of those. I'm not going to be overly picky about it though. And we'll get rid of some, but not all, of that bacon grease to start our sauce. This is heating up for our pasta. Do-do-do-ba-do. This is pretty good. It's looking pretty good. Get those out of there. Bacon. We'll just sop up maybe like half that. I don't need all of that as the base for my sauce. So we'll get a bunch of that out of there. Just leave a little bit. Do exactly that much butter. I'm going to say that's like 3 tablespoons maybe. That's a little too much bacon grease still. we go. Give or take 3 tablespoons of butter. This is boiling. Good. Quick and dirty cream sauce tonight. 33% whipping cream. About, I don't know, 1/3 of a cup maybe. Got the Olivieri Rainbow. This knife needs to be sharpened. Got the 2-pack. I just need one. In there. We're gonna salt all of this. Because we need more salt. Because this is too healthy. We just need to unhealthy this a little bit. A little bit of cracked pepper in our sauce. Can't have things being too healthy. We're at 39 minutes, so let that go for till we're at about 45 minutes. We're gonna hit this guy with some of the herb and garlic Philadelphia cream cheese. Exactly a clump worth. That's a measurement. It's like 1/3 of the container worth. Melt that in there. This is gonna be like really good for you, just so you know. Like if you're looking for a health, like if you're on health kick of some kind, this is probably the ideal dinner. When you add like anytime you need something to be a little healthier, just add like a third of a cup of whipping cream and like half a container of cream cheese. Starting to thicken up a little bit. Tortellini, cheesy, creamy bacon sauce. Go like that. Then let's hit it with a bunch of shredded Parmesan. Like, I don't know, half a cup. Feel like that might need a little bit of the more cream, but we'll see in a second. It's getting a little bit thick. What we'll do is actually weigh well. Take a little bit of our pasta water. That'll help keep it from splitting as well because of the keep things from separating over here with the what's the word that I'm looking for? The reason you put pasta water in your pasta sauce is to keep it from splitting, is because it brings the, it's not fiber, what's the word that I'm looking for? The gluten, the there we go. That's a nice creamy cheesy sauce. And it's holding together, it's not splitting. There we go. Yeah, that's gonna be good. Methinks that is gonna be delicious. Obviously, I don't have a sink to strain this, but it's okay if a little bit of the water gets in there. Yeah, this is gonna be a good dinner. I'm gonna quite enjoy this, I think. I should make a slotted spoon for out here. That's what I should do. My last 2 tortellinis. Not leaving them. There we go. That's good dinner right there. That's good dinner right there. Parmesan cream cheese. Some herbs, some garlic, some bacon. With the bacon on top. Dinner. Alright, let's go in there with that. Oh. Off? Are we off? Off. Off. What's going on? It's going to be the consistency of your blood after you eat it. Emulsifier. No, the word that I'm looking for is the reason that you take. It is an emulsifier. But it's the it's not the fiber, it's not the gluten, it's that's in the pasta water that emulsifies the sauce. There you go. A couple of tortellinis, chunk of bacon. It's rich. It's rich. Starch. Thank you, Mike. It's the starch from the pasta that is coming off into the water. Thank you. I don't know why I was having such a hard time with the word starch. as rich. Probably the cream cheese, maybe pushing it a little bit over the richness edge. Maybe a little pepper. A little more pepper. It's not going to do much for the richness of it, but I just also needs a little more pepper. Full-on chef in the garage situation here. Yeah, dude, I made like pasta sauce from scratch. And the benefit is that it's super healthy. Because whenever you make food from scratch, it's healthier, right? That's what they keep telling you. Make it at home, it'll be healthier. And so I made it from scratch. Third of a cup of whipping cream, 3 tablespoons or so of butter, third of a cup of cream cheese, half a cup of Parmesan, some of the leftover bacon grease, and a little bit of starch water. Some heavy cream missing to top it off. Just drizzle some more of the whipping cream over the top. Like I have 33% whipping cream that I made the sauce out of. I feel like it doesn't need a drizzle on top. Maybe some little green onion, like chive type action over the top might have been nice. It's very good. It's got to be in the 8s somewhere. The 8.3. It may be a little much. The richness of it, I feel like this might have been dinner for 2 type. Or it would have been excellent as a side dish with a steak. Like, take the bacon out of the pasta because you don't need it if you're going with a meat need. You can go like a nice ribeye and like a third of a full batch of that as the side dish. Maybe a little Caesar salad. I made sauce from scratch. I went to the store and bought 2 jars of Alfredo sauce. That's some good from scratch, that is. I'll be honest, most of the time, that's what pasta gets at my house too, is just like open the jar and dump it on. But you guys need to research the meaning of from scratch. Well, again, did I make that sauce from scratch? I don't know, because I mixed all of the ingredients from it in a particular order, but I didn't make the cheese that I added as an ingredient. A lot of ingredients went in, not a lot, but some ingredients went into making the cheeses that went into it. So did I make the sauce from scratch? Nor did you shred the cheese. Also true. I did not milk the cows that made all of the cheeses and creams and things. But it's one of those stupid things, right? Like, is this box handmade if I used a table saw while I was making it? Well, technically you didn't smelt the ore that made the axe that cut down the tree to make the box. It's not handmade from scratch or what, like, what's going on here? If make a she shed, you can officially live there in the backyard. You could live wherever you want. You need to write down all the recipes and make Mike's cooking things and stuff. Well, thankfully, they are all available on the internet. You have to watch through the nonsense again. But like, I didn't skip any parts. It was live. Like, you watched it happen. You watched what went in it. From the beginning without using anything that already exists. It's true. I just plucked it from the energy of the universe. And then but I didn't make the frying pan. I don't know. Did you milk the cow that made the cheese? I think we already like, pay attention. I already said that I didn't do that. Like, don't come wandering in here late and then start. Like, the women folk are escaping the men folks' influence. That's probably for the best. Starch. Oh, Eric, I think, is back 20 minutes ago. And I don't think there's anything we can do about that, because if we tell him about it, he's not going to find out for another 20 minutes. To move the thing at the bar at the bottom, Eric. Couldn't eat that. Too much greasy stuff irritates what stomach I do have. All 9 cells of it. My husband recently asked me what accessories I wanted. Thinking 4 walls, a roof, a floor, a heater, AC unit. It's a good start. You gonna have running water? I assume that we're talking about the she shed. You don't necessarily need running water. Would think some sort of furniture, a chaise longue, chaise longue would be nice. I'm back. Are you caught up? Did you accidentally hit pause to go take a piss and then you came back and forgot that it puts you behind now? Been looking at drilling for a well in my yard. The water table is only 20 feet. Oh, cool. I just use the stuff that comes into my house from the tap. But if I didn't have that, guys, I recommend making this sauce for your tortellinis. But if you do this, keep in mind that you don't need to eat all of it yourself. This is a very rich. It's like when you get a dessert at the restaurant and you look at it and it's only like it's not very big and you're like, "What? That's like a rip-off dessert." And then you take their first bite and you're like, "Yeah, I only needed 4 bites of that. That's lots." It could be the third of a cup of cream cheese that's doing it. I think that's probably the culprit. Whew. Went for lunch, computer went to sleep. I watch you at the bar on the TV, but it's pissing down rain today. Your bar is covered. My washing machine just broke. Uh-oh. You get one of those old-timey, like, corrugated scrubby dealies in a tub. And you wear a bonnet and I don't know. Missed the start, enjoyed hearing the Canucks blow it in the third. I don't think you did enjoy that. How did the Whitakers rank? Well, spoiler alert. Thanks, Marv, for spoiling it. I'm eating dinner first and then dessert, my friend. No, maybe I won't try it. I've got options. I'm having tortellini multi-cheesy creamy sauce from scratch that I made over at the nutritionalization station. And I was just telling them 8.3 on the sauce. You watch this back and it's like, make that sauce. It's probably not cheap. What would that sauce have cost? Let's say $1 worth of whipping cream. $1.50, $2 or the cream cheese. $1 worth of Parmesan if you get it on sale. Let's say we're at $4. The bacon grease was cooked from the bacon. You could use the cheap bacon. This whole dinner, I got that 2-pack of Olivieri rainbow pastas for like $7. So that's $3.50. I would say this whole deal, maybe $12. But you can't buy $1 worth of whipping cream. You got to buy the $3 worth of whipping cream. You can't buy $1 worth of Parmesan. You got to buy the $8 worth of Parmesan. You can't buy the $2 worth of bacon. You got to buy the $14 worth of bacon. You could use the cheap bacon though. The richness of the pasta tells me I might not need dessert. I'm going to do it because fuck you, that's why. But it's very good. Can't imagine anyone really cares about spoilers. They're literally content to just watch you eat. I don't know if content is the right word for it. The agitator. Can't be going around blowing agitators. How much in medical costs are you saving? I don't know. I don't understand the question because the fuck is a medical cost? You can almost eat anything as long as you're exercising. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I just got to work this off. After I ingest it, I just have to make sure that the caloric intake balances out. So immediately after I eat this, probably going to go to bed. So that was me, Mike. I don't. It's a strange question to ask someone in a civilized country. I need a wrench. My husband took my washing machine wrench. You have a washing machine wrench? How often do you break your washing machine that you have a specific wrench for said purpose? Honey, where's my washing machine wrench? Should not be a sentence you have to say all the time. Well, second last bite. That was good. Not all of us live in civilized countries. Well, gonna go lay down. Everyone have a great week. You're probably exhausted from watching me eat that whole thing. Whew. I'm going to need another one of those Mexican Cokes, I think. A little salty and a little rich. Probably didn't need all of the cream cheese. But overall, 8.3. That was a good pasta. There are plenty of countries without universal health care, such as the United States, Nigeria, Pakistan, Yemen, Afghanistan, and Somalia. There's a good list. An average adult burns approximately 40 to 55 calories per hour while sleeping, totaling 320 to 400 calories. Okay, so how many calories was that big-ass bowl of pasta? I gotta say that it was at least 80. There's at least 80 calories in that bowl of pasta. Like, I'm sweating. That's a good sign. When you finish your dinner and it's making you sweat, that's when you know. Well, I mean, we can add them up. Somebody get the calorie calculator out. We got third of a cup of whipping cream, 3 tablespoons of butter, some bacon grease. Let's just go with some. 5 strips of thick cut bacon, a quarter cup of grated Parmesan cheese, and some tortellini. I might be missing things. I don't know. Go back and watch it again and count up the calories for me. It's when you know your smoking, sugar, and fatty meat consumption are clogging your arteries with plaque. It's making them stronger because they have to work harder. I was explaining this to somebody the other day. When you constrict your arteries, it makes all of your stuff have to work harder to get the blood through. And everybody knows, like, when you go to the gym, when you work harder, you get stronger. Like, the heavier you lift the heavier the things are that you lift, the more you have to struggle, the stronger you're going to get. That's just science. Okay? So, when you restrict blood passage and things, and air passage in your lungs, it makes everything have to work harder and therefore strengthening it. Science, you guys. Do you say you think that big ass bowl of pasta was like 80 calories? I said at least. Okay? I said at least 80. So technically accurate. Because science. Nope, that's math. I am, speaking of cigarette, gonna have one of those. I am feeling the heaviness of that pasta. That was good though. You guys should make that. To strengthen your heart. Make it have to work harder. Do your job, heart. Great ABS. Don't argue. It's science. If you want to fight with the scientists, go fight with the scientists, okay? Last time ever. Tonight is the last time ever. that we have to change our stupid clocks. It's about damn time. Speaking of science, science has been very clear for quite some time that the changing your clock twice a year is fucking stupid and bad for us. And finally, at least British Columbia, Canada, has decided to stop doing that. As of tonight, we change one more time. Tonight, and then no more. $5.50 without the pasta. I said more than 80. Make it for the whole family, maybe. Well, I did say as I was eating it, I think it would be better because of the richness of it. I think as a side dish to go with something like a steak would have been better. Maybe not better, but adequate. Just as good. If you only got like a cup of the tortellini cheesy sauce as a side dish, it would have been just as good. Aren't they changing us to the wrong time, though? Why spring ahead? We're already on time. Because you just can't fucking win with some people. Like Mike Bennett and Sean McGill. I don't care which one they pick. Just pick one and stay there. What's more important than which one they pick is that they stop. I don't care which one it is. Either way, there was going to be people that were like, no, do the other one. So whatever. $6.44 in 2 cups of cheese tortellini alone. I think that was probably about 2 cups. I don't know. It was was 250 grams of tortellini. And about a third of $227 grams of cream cheese. So let's say 80 grams of cream cheese. I'd say it was a hearty dinner. I would agree with that. It was certainly a hearty dinner. Calorie rich, which we need to survive, you guys. We need calories. Calories aren't bad. You need them. I don't know why you think that calories are a bad thing. You need them to live. So the more of them you get, the more you're living. Right? I think. Science again. If you need these things to live, then the more of them you get, the more you're living. I think. And also strengthening my heart by making it work harder. I support all of Mike's bodily intake decisions. You're damn right. Because I follow science. It was a lot, though. I remember working in the grocery store freezer, man. I eat like crazy on my break and just be burning up those calories just trying to keep my body heat. Or see? Johnny knows. Oh. Like I would go for a jog, but that's stupid. So I'm not going to do that. It's either jogging or yogging. I'm not sure. It might be a soft J, but jogging, I think. Bingo square. I need another Mexican Coca-Cola. And let's do the Mike's never had this food before. Dessert. Marv, should we try yours? I have. My friend Marv is always talking about, well, he's not always talking about it. It's not like he's just prattling on. But every time he mentions, like, a chocolate bar, 90% of the time that he mentions a chocolate bar, it's from a little company called Whittaker's. And I believe they are, New Zealand chocolate. I'm going to let you pick, Marv. I got I don't think my suggestion is going to rank too high, but I like, hey, we'll find out. We got the Whittaker's creamy milk chocolate, 33% cocoa. Creamy milk chocolate. It's a pretty hefty chocolate bar. Like, they're not inexpensive. I want to say this was like $8.50 chocolate bar. So, Marv, option number 1, creamy milk chocolate. Second option, the dark Ghana, 70% special blend. Made with a blend of Ghanaian probably, and African cocoa beans. Dark Ghana Whittaker's. Go with the dark. All right. Marvo has selected the Whittaker's Dark Ghana. They've been making chocolate since 1896, these guys. To make great chocolate, you need 2 things, says J.H. Whittaker. The finest ingredients and the utmost passion. We're pleased to report that we have both. It's good to hear, John Maynard Whittaker. We're pleased to report that we lovingly oversee the creation of all our delicious chocolates from bean to bar. We source the world's finest cocoa beans and then batch roast them to perfection ourselves right here in New Zealand. You couldn't call it New Zealand chocolate if you didn't do that, I don't think. This dedication creates a taste and texture that has made Whitaker's famous for quality since 1896. And he looks very old-timey. John Maynard Whitaker. Okay, let's give it a try. Nice presentation with the gold foil with the Whitaker's logo in the little ripply bands. I like that. Nicely presented. John Maynard Whitaker. Lovely, even squares. Let's see. The last chocolate bar I had that didn't break on the squares it lost points. Let's see. Oh, breaks on the squares. I like it. We'll go with one little corner cube. The Ghanaian Whitaker's I am definitely personally more of a milk chocolate than a dark chocolate. That is, dark chocolate in general, it leans a little bit towards bitter for me, which is nice. It's pleasant. That's very nice. There's none of that like waxiness. You know what I mean? That some chocolate bars have, like almost like an undertone of paraffin. This doesn't have any of that. It rides a little bitter to me on the back end, but that's just dark chocolate in general for me. You can tell that it's like, I don't know about like whatever he was talking about, like wheat piss passion and with every bite or whatever it is that he was saying, but I don't think that's what he said. It is a good quality chocolate, and I feel like that's pretty good value. That's a fair chunk of chocolate for like $8.50. I'm gonna do one column off the bar. I'm gonna put it aside. Should we try the other one too? Let's try the other one too. We'll try the milk. How many rows? So 7 rows for $8.50. So like that was just a little over $1 worth of chocolate after it just goes in. That's pretty good value. I'm gonna go it's hard because like I just went 8.3 with that pasta dish. You can't really like, is this better than that pasta was? Because it's a different, like it's not an apples to apples, as they say. And am I going to allow my bias for preferring milk chocolate to influence my decision on how good this dark chocolate is? As a dark chocolate bar, pretending like I don't have a bias for milk chocolate, it's a pretty good one. I'm gonna say 7.8. It is a would buy again, good dark chocolate. And I'm pretty good with 7.8 as my score on that. I'm comfortable with that as a score. I probably have had better dark chocolates, but again, dark chocolate isn't really my thing. But I like a good one, so this is good. 7.8. Creamy milk chocolate. Let's just do it. Because then we have a direct 1-to-1. Oh, it didn't snap. It didn't snap because it's a little soft. Maybe it's a little warm in here for the snap. It's a little bit softy. A little melty. I think it might be a little warm in my garage. Hold on. Mm-hmm. That is better than everything's better than Nestle because fuck them. Don't give them money. It's better than a dairy milk. That's a quality milk chocolate. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so it's more than 8. That's a good chocolate bar. Marvel, you are correct, my friend. Is that the one you usually get, the milk chocolate? They had other options. There was a hazelnut something, and I was like, no, I don't want to get something that I'm immediately gonna know. There's a peanut butter filled one. There was, I think, a fruit and nut. Eight point 3. 8.3. Will buy again. Good value again. That's, what did I give the Tony's Chocolonely? Anybody remember what I scored the Tony's milk chocolate? Because I think this might be better. I think I would prefer it out of the fridge. So I'm going to put it in the fridge. Actually, I'm going to put them both in the fridge. I'm going to wrap them up nice. I think they are fridge chocolate bars. But I agree, Marv, that is worth every penny of the $8.50 or whatever that was for both of these. Good work. Good choice. Good work, Whitakers. Congratulations to John Maynard Whitaker back in 1896. Yeah. Got me craving chocolate bars now. I have others. I got a couple other options too, but I think 2 samples for tonight is probably lots after the 3 pounds of fucking cheese that I ate for dinner. I like the 70% cocoa for the health benefits. Well, I already got my health benefits from the pasta. So sometimes see them on sale for $5 or $6. I would buy the shit out of those at $5. I would buy those again at the $8.50 or whatever full price that I paid for them. That's a good chocolate bar. I think the milk in New Zealand is creamier because even the New Zealand Cadbury's is better than the Oz one. Oh, okay. Well, I think they use sheep goat or sheep goat milk. Probably just, yeah. Doesn't New Zealand have a lot of sheep? I feel like New Zealand has a lot of sheep. You know what? I've tried typing a few ways and without all of my fingers being bandageless. Without all of my fingers being bandageless is an interesting way to say that you have band-aids on. You rocking the Veritas band-aids, Gretchen? You being badass with your black Veritas fabric band-aid? Gonna look for anything better than Tony Chocolonely. Yeah. The Whitakers is I think, I don't remember, but absolutely comparable. And I think value wise, I don't know, I got those like 6-pack of like mini bars from Tony's for like $11. That might be better value. The Whitakers might be better value. What is your favorite $1 chocolate bar from Hershey, Nestle, Mars, Mr. Beast, etc.? Well, the Mr. Beast chocolate bar was certainly a thing that I ate. Can you get a $1 chocolate bar anymore? You just talking about like generic chocolate bar, like when at the grocery store when you're at the checkout and you see the rack of grocery bars, chocolate bars. Like, which one am I going to pick? Is that the question? Chris just wants cussing to happen. Well, I don't give money to Nestle. So like, it's been a long time since I've had quite a few of the generic chocolate bar that are out there. I haven't had a Kit Kat in years. It's not true. Sometimes when the kid comes home from Halloween and there are like I would, if they've already spent the money and it's already in my house, I'm just not going to give them any. But I think probably the Mars bar is one of my go-tos. I like the Mr. Big. I haven't had one for a long time. Have I not had one because it's Nestle? No, I don't think it is. The Mars bar is a seriously good chocolate bar for a generic cheapo chocolate bar. I buy them by the 4-pack when I buy them. In fact, there is a 4-pack of Mars bars up here right now. There is a 4-pack of Mars bars in the cupboard right now. I guess if I had to say one, it would probably be the Mars bar. But it depends what I'm feeling like, whether I want a caramel infusion or a nougat infusion or a wafer style chocolate bar. Like a lot of things, Mr. Big used to be so much better. They were actually big ones. Yet they are not as big. They're like, they should call them Mr. Medium. But I need it. Decent cut from a knife might be worth a stitch, but who has time for that? I've needed stitches and not gotten them so many times. I've looked at things and been like, everybody else would get stitches in that. Have you had a Mr. Beast bar? I did on the show one time. I did the milk chocolate Mr. Beast bar. And it, like we were talking about the lack of paraffin flavor in the Whitakers. The opposite of that is true for the Mr. Beast chocolate bar. Like it kind of tasted like it kind of reminded me of like the cheap like advent calendar chocolates, you know, the not the good advent calendars, like the Lindt ones and stuff, like the cheapo dollar store advent calendars, where you pop the chocolate out and it has like this waxiness to it. Reese's are my favorite, also Almond Joy and M&M Peanuts. Reese's peanut butter cups is pretty good. If I would need a peanut butter infusion with my chocolate, the Reese's are pretty good. Geez, Gretchen, go easy with the sharp stuff. Well, it was Rick, Jim, and her. Nope. I think she said that she had to clean it or something. Like her son doesn't know how to clean a knife or some shit, so she had to clean it and she cut herself with it. I think Mr. Beast is going down for some sort of financial crime eventually. Does anybody really, though, go down for financial crimes? I think in the grand scheme of things, the number of people perpetrating financial crimes to the number of people going down for financial crime is very low. I thought the Mr. Beast bar was good for $1. I don't think I got it for $1. But it was, I mean, I think I'd have to watch it again. But I feel like I was like, yeah, okay, I get it. Like, I mean, it was okay. Like, I don't think I would be very surprised if it got a would buy again. Because I feel like it did have some of that sort of waxiness to it. I was just cleaning it, but you know how the rep ones don't hurt. Yeah, if it's nice and sharp, it can go deep and not hurt, and you should probably stitch it up, but it just hold it shut for a couple of days. That waxy stuff is gross, right? I mean, depending on how much of it there is, you can live with it, but nearly all American chocolate ones I've had taste like army ration chocolate. I get that. Got them for 33 cents. I probably would, yeah. I mean, at 33 cents a bar, they're probably pretty good, I guess. 3 for $1 chocolate bars. Like even the garbage dollar store advent calendar chocolate, if you're getting a bar's worth for 33 cents, like, yeah, okay. If all you need is like the flavor of chocolate going in your face. Duct tape and toilet paper, yeah. I mean, I just get the Veritas. Tell boy, you'd be like, go out in the yard for a minute. I gotta get something. Go get the Veritas Band-Aids after he's not looking where they are. Squidge some polysporin in there. Get the Veritas Band-Aid on there. Wrap it around a couple of times. And then lock the door. And stand at the window and just point and laugh at him. You get some Star Bond in there. My thumb is bandaged super tight with jelly to help seal. Yeah, like squidge a polysporin in there. Get it all wrapped up nice and tight with Veritas Band-Aid. Just ignore it for a couple of days while it seals up. He's sneaky. Well, electrical tape. Oh, we glitched. Electrical tape works well for a Band-Aid. I guess it would, hey, because you can like do a little stretchiness to it. It's okay, I used up his giant stash of 1,000 Band-Aids on the regular. You would have to use fewer of them if you would just use the good ones that I sent you. I think my favorite is Kit Kat Chunky if I was going to grab a bar at the grocery store checkout. You can give money to Nestle if you want. I am not going to. You mean the world's best Band-Aid? That's what I mean. I have many. I don't know how many packs I have right now. I just kind of like add one to every once in a while when I'm ordering stuff at Veritas at Lee Valley. I just add one to the order. I want to say I probably have like maybe 6 packs. I have like 6, 7. Right, Pinel? I found out that was a thing like way after that was a thing. I don't care. No, I don't get it, nor do I care to get it. So. Video came up with your thumbnail on it when I searched in Google. Yeah. I might be the only person to have ever reviewed those Band-Aids. That's because you are old. It's true. It's true. But with age comes wisdom. And also shut up. That's why. Surprised you're still here. It's been more than a minute and a half worth of video that you've watched like in a row. With your millennial attention span, that's like pretty impressive. Did you put this on the screen so that you can be watching it vertically? Put the cardboard up so that you can pretend like I'm vertical? I'm watching Formula One on my other monitor. Well, at least they turn left and right in that sport. Sport? I don't know. At least in, yeah. Like, fuck, I don't understand. Like, I understand it. I've seen it a lot because I know people who like it, and I worked at a sports bar for a while that had it on all the time. Fucking NASCAR and like just that type of racing where they just turn left. Just like how quickly can we turn left over and over and over and over and over again for like 4 hours? Like we do 500, like 500 times turning left 4 times, 2,000 left turns as fast as we can. Like the ones where they turn left, right, and fall off. Oh, the motorcycles. They're doing the leaning and then they fall off and they do the on the yeah, that's fun. I was searching a Mozon for the Veritas Band-Aids and Band-Aids that look like bacon. I like bacon would be Band-Aid. Watch Moto GP. Is that what the motorcycles? And they do the big the leans and they put their knees out. And they're like their knee it has a big pad on it so that it can scrape on the ground. Those guys. And they're like doing like that. And then they come off and they spin this way on the pavement. Don't be messing with the Southern American religion called NASCAR. I'm not messing with it. Everybody can like what they like, but just like turning left 2,000 times as fast as you can is not for me. You know, just turn right once in a while. Like make it like the F1 guys. Their tracks like they go left and right, and sometimes they're like they go up and then they curve right back on each other. Like it's. Hey, Jacob Koronek, paying me money. Thanks very much, my friend. How's the weather? It's good. It's warm. We were talking earlier about how I'm concerned for the summer because we didn't not get enough snow and rain this winter, which means that this summer the fire season is going to be redonkulous. And I am concerned for the planet in general, but also this summer, I am concerned about fires because of lack of snowpack and moisture in the ground and in the canopy and in the mountains. But from a comfort level, right now it's pretty nice. I think we're probably, I don't know, outside right now at 7:41 in the evening. Probably 12 degrees, maybe. Sober life rocks, by the way. I mean, sure, it's fine. I'm I miss being drunk like quite a lot. And I'm not. Yeah, I think it's better. I think it's better. I think it. Yeah, I think it's better. It's a lot of nuances to NASCAR. I know. I got into it. I didn't get. I learned to appreciate it more when it was on at the sports bar that I was working at, and people were into it, and I was like watching it, and I get it. I get it. But I mean, it's like baseball, like I get it, but it's boring as shit. We're moving back to Oregon next year. Can't wait to get back to Oregon weather. If it still exists next year, like it might burn this summer. Like there might not be anything left of Oregon after this year. You're the third Canadian I've heard say redonkulous. Love the word. Is it Canadian? I don't know. I don't even know where I got it. I don't know where it came from. It might be a Canadianism. Baseball is all statistics. It's just so slow. Just throw the ball, dude. Like, fuck. I think somebody was telling me here on the show that it's better now because they like make them throw it faster. Like, I guess there's like a clock, like a pitch clock or whatever, and they can't just fucking stand there and like wait forever in between pitches. But like, just throw the ball so that he has to try and hit it, and then get the batter back in the fucking box and make him stand there. Like, he pitched it. Now I'm going to go for a little wander over here and just like adjust my gloves and tighten my shoes and just throw the ball so that he has to try and hit it, and then throw it better so that he can't. And then if he does, just go get it. Send one of your guys to go get it, and like just play the game. Just standing around bullshit. Like, it's so boring. Part of me wishes I didn't drink alcohol, but I don't think I could survive in the U.S. right now without it. I can understand that. Yep. I think redonkulous was from a TV show or movie. I believe you. It was like, what is it, like corner gas or something? If it was like something like corner gas, then it probably is a Canadianism. Australian Bathurst race is the one to watch. 1,000 kilometers on a real road, which is shut down for the race. Wrong which, but that's okay. If I was gonna watch driving a car, it probably would be some form of rally racing. I would think that would be, if I was gonna get into watch somebody drive this car, it would probably be like some kind of rally racing. Sorry, wrong which. Hey, at least you recognized it and like acknowledge. Yes. It's liberating not drinking alcohol for me. No more demons to feed inside with it. Also, nothing to blur the reality of the world, which is in some ways fucking terrible. So it's not, you don't have anything to take the edge off the fact that the world is shit. So that's a negative to not drinking. I love baseball. I love the sounds of it. And I love rugby because it rarely stops moving. I'm still trying to park hockey. Too hard to see the puck. I need to start with a junior league. All sports have their own charm and their own reasons that people like them. You don't have to like a sport. Like, don't be like, I want to start liking hockey. Like, let's go try. Just like, it's fine if you don't. All racing makes NASCAR look like, oh, look, another left turn. Well, that's how it always looks. I mean, if objectively speaking, according to science, again, Just don't argue with me, argue with science. All they're doing is turning left as fast as they can 2,000 times. Or however many times it is. It's like rally, but on a road circuit, kind of. Oh, I've seen those, like, so, like, where they go through, like, the countrysides, and there's, like, actual roads, and then they go off on some dirt, and then back onto, like, actual road, and then there's, like, fucking cows in the way and shit. Is it one of those? They gotta stop for, like, the herd of sheep that's walking through. True story that right now the world is shit. It's easy. It's hard to stay sober, but they can't win. It is. It is. But you have to make your own decisions about what's best for you and the people you love and care about and your community and everything else. So if for you that means sober, then be sober. I want to find out the meaning of an English word called redonkulous. It's a ridiculous and with the word donk in it. I don't even really know where the donk came from. Like banana ball. Look it up later. Is that the one with the little banana shaped holder thing? It's kind of like Hi-Li, except you got a little, it's like a stick and then the hook. And ducks and mooses. There's no such thing as mooses, okay? It's moose is plural. I missed a lot. Dang, gonna go look up banana ball now. I'm legit blaming my son for interrupting. Hockey looks fun. Just don't have anyone to explain it. If you need somebody to watch, I mean, what's wrong with your guys as announcers? Like, do they not explain what's going on? I mean, I think it might be one of those things like where you just, if you keep watching it enough, you start to catch on. But maybe you also need better announcers. Start watching it on CBC. Wait, does CBC even have hockey anymore? I love watching that kind of racing. Got into Colin McRae races as a kid. Then watching Ken Block and Hoonigan. Sure, obviously, you want to watch Ken Block and Hoonigan. It came from the movie Bolt. I don't think it. I've been saying it before Bolt existed. Tell you that. I'm pretty sure the first time I said the word redonkulous, I mean, it's been a long time. Redonkulous came before Bolt. I'm just gonna tell you that. They didn't have Bob Cole. No, that could be part of it. But even like Canadian, I would imagine that Canadian hockey announcers are better at explaining what's going on. But I don't know that they even do. Like, I think we just kind of have an innate sense of what's going on with hockey. Kangaroos, no dirt. Mount Panorama is a 6.213 kilometer. 6.213 kilometers. Seems oddly specific. You're known for its challenging elevation changes and technical corners. May they both rest in peace before you say anything disparaging. Hoonigan is dead? Wait, was that his name? Hoonigan? Died? Yeah. That's where Google took me. Well, Google can suck it because it is wrong if it says that the movie Bolt is where Redonkulous came from. And so when the pitchers pitch well on stilts and dressed in yellow. What? Okay, this is sounding interesting. Hoonigan got bought by Wheel Pros after Ken Block died snowmobiling. I thought Hoonigan died. Hoonigan isn't a guy? Got by Wheel Pros. Ken Block died snowmobiling. Sure. Hoonigan was Ken Block's brand of something? Or was Hoonigan his car? Like, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's fine. You can... Everybody can like what they like. Gretchen, it's fan participation baseball where the price of admission includes food, drink, and there's Globetrotter style team. Oh, okay. Nestle bought Hoonigan? Probably. Nestle owns the fucking vet clinic up the street from me. Like, it's just... Well, the parent corporation of the blah, 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 like Nestle owns the fucking veterinary clinic. Like, Ken Block and blah, yeah, Ken died. Yep. Hoonigan was Ken Block's brand for his racing team. That's redonkulous. Sorry. I don't know who any of these people are. I'm not trying to be offensive. I don't know who these people are or what these people did. He's also co-founder of DC Shoes. That's where Batman gets his shoes. Announcers I hear were not educational. Also, I haven't found good shows about what? About hockey? If you want to learn about rugby union, what the several New Zealand rugby shows easy to get on YouTube. Good show about hockey to learn about hockey. Probably aren't any. No, probably aren't any. Slapshot, maybe. The Mighty Ducks was, I mean, it's campy and cheesy, and it's the same as every like underdog. It's the Sandlot and Little League and everything. All those like the ragtag group of kids who comes from nothing and wins the championship. It's one of those. But the Mighty Ducks was a perfectly fine movie. Slapshot. See, Sean's had the same thought. I'm Slapshot. If you want to learn about curling, there's a fantastic movie called Men with Brooms that if you haven't seen it, you should watch. It's actually quite good. Don Cherry's Rock'em Sock'em. You go to the thrift store, find some old VHS tapes of Rock'em Sock'em Volume 7 or whatever Don Cherry video series. Heated rivalry if you want to learn about hockey. I don't know what that is. What's Heated Rivalry? Is that a movie? Second date with hubby was a Dallas Stars game, but he wanted to leave early. Probably because you were at the Dallas Stars hockey game. And it was your second date, so I'm going to guess that Mike Modano was the team captain of the Dallas Stars at that point. No, maybe not. Maybe before that even. First date was Texas Rangers baseball. Okay, and then did you get to watch Nolan Ryan? You're not that old, are you? Maybe, well, he might have still been pitching. What's a VHS tape? Yep. 1995. 1995. Might have been Mike Modano. I don't know. Somebody fact check. Who was the captain of the Dallas Stars in 1995? Oh, it's going to be funny if it was Mike Modano. We don't have ice in Alabama, so we don't have hockey. I bet you do. I bet the University of Alabama has a hockey team. And they're probably shit because they spent all their money on football. Some of us remember Guy Lafleur. I am one of those people. I think Guy Lafleur may or may not have been the last person to play hockey without a helmet legally. Guy Lafleur may have been the last person who was allowed to not wear a helmet. Because when they introduced that you must wear a helmet, they said, unless you're currently playing. Anybody new has to start wearing a helmet. And I think Guy Lafleur was maybe the last man standing in terms of like not wearing a helmet. I may be wrong about that, but he was certainly, if not the last, one of the last. VHS is VHS and Beta. There you go. That's VHS. Las Vegas has a hockey team. I don't know if Las Vegas felt like that has a hockey team or not, but he was the last player without a helmet. Yeah, see? One of his training videos for kids. And he's just over on the bench just smoking Camel cigarettes and just like... Actually, I don't know if he was. It feels like he would have been, though. I doubt it, but I will research hockey in Alabama. I would be surprised if the University of Alabama did not have a hockey team. They might not. And if they do, they suck. Was it not only 3 years ago when someone died in a hockey game from not wearing commonly worn guard and got cut and bled to death in only a few minutes? You can get a skate to the throat like and die. Like I wouldn't say it happens all the time, but like it does happen. There was a goalie that caught a puck in the larynx and it collapsed his throat and he died. I've seen people get gashed right wide open by skates. I got that one's a skate. It's Gretchen, speaking of things that should have been stitched, I'm pretty sure that one was a skate. I've got a few. Had that happen to a goaltender when I was playing. Goalie survived, but that was scary. Well, that's when they started. Like, I was playing goaltender when that happened, and that's when they started coming out with those little drop down like bonus shield things that like hung from your mask, and then were like an extra. I have a family friend that was a goalie who played beer league. His larynx crushed by a slap shot. Jesus. Yeah. I gave myself a concussion by trying to ollie on a skateboard when I was younger. I mean, haven't we all? I've had more than my fair share of concussions, probably. But player Adam Johnson, October 2023, died after a skate blade cut his neck during an elite ice hockey league game in England. Sure. Yeah, it happens. You're wearing knives on your feet and smashing into each other. Like, it's not. I'm a walking concussion at this point. Yeah, I think we talked about that when we were talking about whether or not I could take you. And by the way, I'm still pretty sure that I could. Neck guards now mandatory. Well, yes, they should be. The Felix Potvin style neck protector. Yeah, I suppose that's true. It was like this, yeah, and it hung from the corner of your cage down there. Oh, he was pretty good at goaltending. I need somebody to look up who the captain of the Dallas Stars was in 1995. Thought the blades were just butter knife sharp and not steak knife sharp. I mean, okay, they're like a 3/16 inch wide, right? So they don't come to a point. They go down and. All right. He's drawing pictures. Look out. Need it like an actual Sharpie. So skate blade comes down. This is the bottom of the skate. Right? So this is your foot goes in here, your skate blade comes down like that. Wow, it's got something holding the skate blade, right? So this is the actual skate blade. It's 3/16 of an inch wide, give or take. But when they sharpen it, they pull the burr. If you think about sharpening hand tools, right? It's like you're sharpening a scraper. You pull a burr, right? So what they do is they sharpen it and they pull burrs out like that, right? And so they essentially are making the bottom of the square. They sharpen these bits so that it pulls down like a sharp point. Darian Hatcher. I was close. When was Mike Modano? hollow grind on the bottom. There, depending on how you get your blade sharpened, yes, you may get a hollow ground blade, and it accentuates those little points. So normally you would grind, like it would be and then they would sharpen each side to pull a burr down. But you can get hollow ground actual bottom of skate blade. Goalies have a different grind, so it's less grippy. Not necessarily. Goalies might not get, usually what happens is goalies get their skate, I mean, unless you're paying somebody to specifically grind your goalie skate differently, what you do is you adjust your grind with like whetstones and stuff. So you take a little bit of the sharpness off of it so that you don't into the, yeah. I remember when the Stars were Minnesota. Yes, I also remember that. They were the Minnesota North Stars. And they played against the Hartford Whalers. Are we checking Mike's Canadian card? I mean, we don't actually have those. Like, just so you know. I mean, I guess we do. Birth certificates are kind of like that, I suppose. Basically, a Canadian birth certificate is kind of like your Canadian card, I guess. Most of them used to just walk on some concrete when I played growing up. Yeah, I had an actual like flat bar whetstone. It just sort of like took the sort of sharpness off of it. Right after you get it sharpened the same as everybody else, but then you just kind of like dull it a little bit. And it would be, yeah, like twice a season, maybe I would get my skate sharpened. Dare you to type it, Johnny. Oh, what are we daring Johnny to type? Is he gonna try to, the longest English word? When was the last time you went to Timmy's? Unfortunately, I have to go fairly frequently because the boss sends me to go get her stuff. But I don't pay money to, it's kind of like, it's not as bad as Nestle. Like, if I have to, I'll give money to Tim Hortons. Like, if I need a coffee and Tim Hortons is the only place, I will get one. But I try not to give money to Tim Hortons to the point where, like, even if Nadia sends me to go get her a coffee and a sandwich or whatever and asks me if I want her to buy me something, I will say no, thank you. And not even really, I mean, partially moral reasons. I don't like the way that Tim Hortons has become what it is right now, but mainly because it's just shit. Like, it's just not good. And you don't get what you actually ordered most of the time. Well, a lot of the times. You get something close to what they think they heard you say. Sometimes, like a lot of the time. So as long as you're okay with getting maybe what you asked for, and you know that it's not going to be good, go ahead. I will spend at Tim Hortons when they start hiring local residents and stuff with, yeah, TFWs, and just like the overall corporatosity of it. And you're like, let's make things just cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and charge more and more and more to make more and more profit and not pay people properly. And you're just like, get it out. Who cares if it sucks? Like, just I remember back in my day. I remember when Tim Hortons, you would go get a bagel and cream cheese, and you would open it up, and the cream cheese would be that fucking thick on it, and it was actually toasted. And they handed it to you with a smile, you know? The world is. And you could get an actual, like a coffee cup with your coffee in it if you were in the restaurant. And you go sit down with your actual plate with your bagel on it and your actual coffee cup. And they were baking the donuts instead of just like bringing them in and thawing them out. Not many convenient options. Tim's are everywhere. Well, Tim's are everywhere, but there are a lot of things everywhere. I can always find a better cup of coffee within a few minutes of a Tim Hortons. Most of the time, unless I'm on a road trip and it's like there's a small town that only has a petrol can with a Tim Hortons in it as their option. It's so impersonal and corporate, but pretending not to be. Well, I mean, that's part, yeah. I mean, why wouldn't they pretend not to be? I'm pretty sure, I don't even think it's Canadian anymore. Wasn't it bought by some Brazilian multinational company that also bought Wendy's, and then there became Tim Hortons Wendy's's or something? Insert old man shakes fist at clouds here. That's fine. I will. You're not going to see it, though, because it's over here, and you've got your cardboard covering it so that it seems like it's vertical, so you're not even going to see my fist. What's a TFW? A temporary foreign worker. It's basically a program that subsidizes them to bring people to Canada to work for cheap because they can't find Canadians that'll work. Well, no, they can't find Canadians that'll work for not enough to live on. And so you're like, oh, nobody wants to do it for $7. And you're like, well, no shit. So they don't have to pay even minimum wage to the people because the people they bring in get paid minimum wage, but the business only has to pay them less than that, and then the rest of it gets topped up. It's a program that was designed to help farmers, and then everybody was like, hold on. Is Chris here? He was curious what he thinks of the Metallica ticket prices for Las Vegas. $12,000 for $12,000? I think he paid like $80 or something for Toronto. When he told me what he paid, I was like, damn, that is not enough. So I don't think it might not have been $80, but he went to back-to-back nights for like not enough. Nothing against the actual TFWs there. Yeah, there are programs that is it does have a value to society. I think we're on the same page. $500 for 2 nights in Toronto. Yeah. Was that per, or was that for you and B. Pinnell? It doesn't matter. It's still like $250 a show. And he was like he could have caught a pick. struggling with this leg. Just tried a flight of stairs in the rain. Whoa, don't do that. Yeah, that sucks. I have a pick from each night. One from Kirk and one from Rob. You should have tried to get one from Lars. That's where the real money's at on eBay, is when you get a pick from Lars. I heard from a birdie, Alberta smells. It absolutely does. Yeah. It does not smell good in Alberta. There are a lot of places. There are a lot of places in Alberta that don't smell good. Percentage of square kilometer that smells bad is probably higher in Alberta than just about everywhere else in Canada. Broke my femur. Oh yeah. Isn't a new leg? It almost is. When you break your femur, they kind of have to rebuild it. So it's kind of like a new leg. Expect people with money to buy all the scalp tickets and everyone where it's out of reach to complain for the next year. Well, sure. Go capitalism. Anyway, I feel like that's about enough show. Feel like I might end up getting... I feel like tonight of all nights after that pasta, probably shouldn't get my blood pressure boiling. So, maybe we'll wrap this one up. Alberta seems to be on the shit list lately. Well, I mean, I've never really liked it. There are parts of Alberta I like. Edmonton is pretty okay. That's about it, really. Of all, like, Edmonton's really the only part of Alberta that has any value to me personally. I mean, there is obviously economic value to areas of Alberta, but I don't have any interest in any areas of Alberta personally other than Edmonton. Yeah, I suggest some stuff. That's probably what you should have done. Is you, instead of getting them to actually, like, you just get in there with some Star Bond and throw another shrimp on the Barbie or whatever. Time to watch the Band-Aid video. There you go. Yeah, you should go check it out. Make sure that it's... I don't think you guys can buy them. Somebody told me that they don't ship to the States. I don't know why. You can't have our good Band-Aids. I'm sorry. What's the 2-night show thing? They just play back in black. They play back-to-back nights, and you can get tickets for both nights, I guess. With travel and hotel, we're talking about $15,000. I can't think of how much money I would have to have in order to spend $15,000 to go see a concert for anyone. If I won $50 million in a lottery, and Pearl Jam was playing their last show, and I could go see it for $15,000, including travel and stuff, yes, probably. I probably would do that. So, like, one situation, and a lot of things would have to go right. But that is enough for this evening, I believe. 2.5 hours is lots for tonight. That was a good pasta. Make that sauce at some point. It doesn't need the full third of a cup of the cream cheese, probably. It was delicious, but it probably doesn't need that. I'm looking on StubHub now, and VIP Snake Pit is $3,200. $3,200 a night resale. So these people are lying to you on the internet. Fearsome, I think, or whoever it was that was talking about these prices. Good night, farewell, be kind to each other, be kind to yourself, and stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. We'll see you next week. Unnecessary. Why? Why you didn't need to do that. Bye. Bye, everybody. It's probably Bennett. No, Bennett's truck doesn't sound like that.